All right, welcome back to class to another drawing lesson. Today we are going to learn about aerial perspective as usual and for the 6 weeks, and we are going to learn how to integrate the fundamentals of color theory using the color wheel. As you saw on Google Classroom, you do have your slide presentation that I put together for you showing you the color wheel. We are going to use the umbrella as our focal point. The focal point is the area of emphasis. Emphasis is a principle of design. Principles of design, elements of design help the artwork to look awesome. Now, the umbrella we're going to have as the focal point can be held by a boy or a girl. On the front and the back of your paper, you have examples. You can have one girl or two girls. You can have one boy or two boys. Area perspective, I did 2 different types of forest designs. However, you can create your own forest design. The title is called A Walk Through the Forest. How you create your forest is your own option. In the slideshow, it is showing you butterflies from the girls walking in the forest. I like that one. We will also have a circle object for you. We have the coffee cups. We have tape. We have different things that you can use anywhere around the classroom as a circle object. Can I get the tape back again for my circle? Now, what we want to do, thank you, is you want to have the tools that you need that was on the board when you first came in the room. You need your pencil. I do not have one. We have some little baby sharpeners inside the basket on the red table. You could have an eraser. I don't have extra. We need really primary and secondary colors. Primary colors, we learned that last week in the color wheel, red, yellow, and blue. Secondary colors are the 3 colors that you can make from the primary colors, like orange, which when you mix yellow and red. And then we have green, which you can mix by making blue and yellow. And you can have purple by mixing red and blue. Well, today or this week, this assignment will be due at the end of your week. So if you're a Tuesday class, it will be due on Thursday. And if you're a Monday class, which is this is B day or A day? This is A day, right? B day. This is Monday. March the 9th, B day. Yours will be due Friday. So, first step is I want to show 1-point perspective with the road path. I put my dot in the far left middle corner. And then I'm going to start with an S curve for my road path. If you choose a different shape, for your road path, that is fine. A student asked earlier, can they create a whole different area perspective, atmospheric perspective for their work? Absolutely. Okay? You can create your own design, just as long as I see the focal point, which is the color wheel umbrella, the forest, the girl or the boy walking through the forest. Yes. Now, I'm going to use my circle object here, and I'm going to make the umbrella. I already know that I want the person to be right here toward the bottom of my paper. Let me scoot that up so you can see the bottom of my paper. So I'm going to make sure that I leave enough room for the water puddle, the body, okay, and then the umbrella. So I'm going to scoot the umbrella circle part up a little bit, even if the umbrella is larger than the pathway, because why? It is my focal point, and focal points can be large and the most colorful thing on the paper. If that's the case, then I want my color wheel to be the largest and the most colorful thing. All right, so that was simple, a simple circle. Now, the body of a person is basically shapes. I can tell from the boy that I see on my handout, even if I was drawing a girl, that the shape of the body is made of what shapes? Rectangles and squares. So for the body, I'm going to start underneath the umbrella, and I'm going to start with the first shape and curve a square. Curve a square, because that's the sweater, the back of the sweater. Easy as that. The arm on the left arm is like really holding the umbrella. So it's a small, I would rather say that's a half square. Okay. So now let's proceed by using shapes to draw the body. This is going to be on YouTube, so you have a choice to slow the video down. If you don't know how to do that, get with me and I can show you how. Or you can speed the video up, and or you can pause this video. However you choose to do, you can follow with me from the video, because I have tendencies to kind of draw fast, because I get really wrapped into the motion of the lines and the curves, contour lines. And I'm looking back and forth at my drawing. I'm looking back and forth at this handout over and over and over. I haven't took my eyes off of both of them yet. I really haven't. Because if I did take my eyes off of them, what would happen is I would lose sight of the shapes. And we're given the impression, the silhouette. The silhouette. We're not putting a lot of details, especially on the boy, the back of the boy's pants. Look at that. One leg is shorter than the other. Why? Because it's showing him literally walking away. All right? And he's holding that umbrella. It's kind of got a thick waist on mine, but that is okay. Don't forget the creases in his pants. The creases and the folds and the shadows underneath the feet really express the ideal of 3 dimension. It gives the illusion that the person is standing on the surface or walking. All right? Now is where I can proceed on with finishing that path. Because if I would have drew the path already, I would have had the path going through that umbrella. So that's why I stopped drawing that path. I did just a little bit of it. Now, it's going to be very important for you to draw today really quickly. Don't spend the whole class period and the next class period drawing only. Okay? This period only is drawing. If you don't finish the drawing in class today, you have homework. You have homework to take it home and finish the drawing. What do you have today if you don't finish it?
Homework.
Everybody say it.
Homework.
Anthony, what do you have today if you don't finish it?
Homework.
Okie dokie. Thank you. These circles represent the water puddles. Horizontal wavy lines represent the water. Artists can show a variety of designs by the different type of line techniques. For example, cross hatching. Right here, I could cross hatch to show a shadow. I put straight line and crossed over it. That's called creating hatching. Simple as that. When we're doing the sidewalk, feel free to put a double line and notice these horizontal zigzag patterns. What do they represent? The grass. The sidewalk has the sidewalk cracks. What is that old wise superstition? Step on the crack, you break your mama's back. Y'all remember that? When we was little, we used to say that crazy stuff too. Now, what type of line do we draw for grass? We draw zigzag lines. A lot of people say, oh, I don't know how to draw grass. What type of line do we see? Zigzag. Then do you know how to draw a zigzag line? Yes. Then draw the zigzag line. This is how quickly you should be sketching. You should not be drawing like this. Watch me, y'all. Look how slow I'm drawing. That's not how slow. You should be looking back and forth at your paper quickly, identifying the lines, observing what you see, and drawing really quickly. That's called a quick sketch. Everything else you can paint inside. I am not going to put too much of the grass on these sides because I want to place the trees there first, especially the trees here that are the tallest. We learned when we did the tree drawings about 3-4 weeks ago that the taller, bigger trees are the trees that's up close. So this one here, I'm going to start it right down at the bottom. You don't need a ruler for these trees. You want to know why? Because these trees are not straight lines. Okay? These trees are not straight lines. So I don't need anybody asking for a ruler. Because I don't want any straight line trees. This is how that tree needs to look right there. Now, at the bottom where the roots are, I noticed that there is zigzag lines. That's called the grass. Voila. That's how quickly I just drew that tree. It didn't take me long at all. Okay? Now, I need to zoom out so that you can see all of that up front. One more zoom. One more zoom. There we go. And these are, what type of trees y'all think these are? Oak trees? Look like oak trees, huh? I would think so. I don't think they're birch trees like the trees we did earlier. I think they're oak trees. And if you want to, you can draw some of these trees here, or you can take this design and marry. What do marry mean? To unite. You can marry this design into the other one. So I like how the path goes further into the forest right here in the background. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this forest path extend behind the umbrella, making it really look like the girls or the boy can walk further into the forest. Yes. Now I'm making this my own. I'm making it my own work. And then I'm going to utilize some of the trees from this side of the paper and this side, leaving a little space right here for my sky. This is a quick drawing lesson for everybody. All right, smaller trees are in the back. And then, of course, we're going to have those really cool hilly style bush trees. And I keep flipping my paper over. Obviously, I'm going to flip my paper over because I'm creating the same thing on the front and the back. Okay? I'm creating two different pictures on the same one paper. Ooh, I like this. This is going to be totally awesome. I want to put one big tree on this other side, so I need to erase the space. I got a little ahead of myself, didn't I? All right, right down here is a nice little bush, so I'm going to make this tree right there really huge. It's going to kind of creep into that other tree. And then this tree is going to have a whole bunch of bark coming down this side. And I'm going to not worry so much about my outlining for this here one, because my pencil is so dark, you guys. So I don't have to do any type of outlining. Plus, we do not have any more Sharpies. So you do not have to come and ask me for a Sharpie. We don't have any. Your supply list at the beginning of the year let you know that you needed to buy your own. If you did not buy your own, then you don't have any to use. We do have a couple of months left of school. Feel free to buy you some. Now, I think I don't want to really go above measure with the background, because I really want to keep the focal point, the color wheel, the place that stands out the most. All right, guys? So I'm not going to put any more trees, but I'm going to put a lot of zigzag lines here and there, because I'm going to show plenty of grass. I got my water puddle down at the bottom. Isn't it gorgeous? And now for the last part of the drawing lesson before I end part 1 video is identifying the lines for the umbrella. Art 1 students, technically, all you need to do is 6 spaces. 3 spaces for Second primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And 3 colors for, did I say 3 colors for primary? Red, yellow, and blue. 3 colors for secondary. What is 3 colors for secondary? Orange, green, and purple. Painting students, if you want to add more of the color wheel colors in between, like the tertiary colors, you can do that. So if you want to do a yellow orange, red orange, and your family of oranges, do so. Would you like to do that? Yeah? Red violets and blue violets, you can do that as well. All right? So, for the sake of the video purposes, I am going to stick with the primary and secondary colors. And I'm going to create a couple of spaces, probably 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to separate one more space. 6. There we go. Ha 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 ha. My umbrella looked like a candy cane. Isn't that cool? All right. Now is where I want to be creative. I am going to now write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really lightly, I'm going to write the colors inside. No, I'm going to do it outside of my color wheel. Y for yellow. O for orange. R for red. That's where this goes. Let's repeat. First one is going to be yellow. Y. Next one to the right of it. O. The next one, orange. The next one, V for violet or purple. The next one, B for blue. The next one, G for green. Then we're back to yellow. Now you have identified where each of the colors go. Y for yellow, O for orange, R for red, V for violet, B for blue, G for green. And I'm going to leave these right here so that you can know where they go. And that concludes the drawing part of the lesson.